If you think 2020 was bad, our next story proves the saying that there's always somebody who has it worse than you. Jeff and Sandy Lee own two shops side by side in historic downtown Nashville, Tennessee. On a recent visit there, we learned about their incredible hard luck story and how they've still emerged as optimists.
The year started out with tornadoes, and that just devastated not only the downtown, but many of the suburbs. And then right almost after that, COVID hit, and we were closed down for 6 weeks. And then after the 6 weeks, of course, then it was the honky-tonks and restaurants could be open for this time to this time, this capacity to that capacity. And as a result, and no live music. The tourists did not come. And so, it was a very difficult year from that standpoint. And then the George Floyd riots happened, what month was that?
In the summer sometime.
Summertime. And they go right down 2nd Avenue up to the Legislative Plaza. And so that caused a lot of disruptions. A couple weeks later, we had a brick thrown through our windows, and I put bars up, and it's just been one thing after another. And then it really culminated on Christmas Day when everything went up in smoke. Big bang.
On our recent visit to Nashville, Jeff and Sandy Lee walked us from the nearest parking spot to the closest we could get to where their side-by-side shops used to be before the Christmas Day explosion.
Good morning. Good morning. We own two of the stores up here. Can we get up any further? This is it.
The FBI says a man blew himself up in an RV, damaging dozens of buildings and injuring 3 others.
I had a phone call right away on Christmas Day. Jeff was smoking a brisket for the family and running out to tell him there's been an explosion downtown Nashville. I think it's affected us.
What happened is the AT&T building is, new structure, and it's basically bomb-proof, And so it took the blast and reflected the blast, and that's really what caused so much of the damage.
What's the short-term and long-term outlook now?
The short term is just getting through the tape of insurances and whatnot.
Being patient.
And being patient. I think that both of us realize that we're not going to let this define us. It was a bombing, it happened. What's the chances? Never in a million years did I think it would happen. Never in a million years did I think we were shut down by COVID. But it's really how we bounce back from this that's going to define us and the communities. So we're optimistic.
Rescue, the police, the fire department, their station.
Under the category of silver linings, the Lees showed us 2 precious items recovered from their blown-out store.
And it was found on a fragment of wall that was still standing, which is, how does that even happen?
Their daughter's charcoal drawing of Johnny Cash.
Who went in and got it?
The urban search and rescue, the police, the fire department, they're stationed down there every day right now. And they were like, Miss Lee, look what we found.
The second item, an American flag displayed in the store since it opened in 2011. The first responders returned it folded in a special display case.
And we get there, and here is just a full troop of police officers, 20 first responders, recovery team, and they present us with this. And then on the back you can see, why don't you hold that side, see?
Oh my goodness.
Is they signed it all. So they framed it, and this is what they presented.
They were so proud. They were so proud to save this.
Pretty incredible moment.
Yeah.
By some recent estimates, it could take years to restore the historic buildings and reopen the famous 2nd Avenue Strip in downtown Nashville.